Yo, Tony Ricca here. Yo, and this is for you. Oh, yeah, independent wrestling circuit and cameos. Oh, yeah, I'm back, baby. Yo. All right, listen up. Yo. I have some questions here. Yo, I can't wait to get to it. All right, to them. Let's get to it. Okay, all right, calm down. But anyway, all right, here we go. All right, so, all right, here we go. Question one. All right, what do I think of Gunther versus John Cena for his last match? Oh, yeah. And will I be watching it? Oh, yeah. You know it. Yes, I'll be watching it. I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. And, from rumors where it's going to be the first match, and that'd be a little odd, but, okay, if that's the case, then there's something's going to go on later on. So, that's just how it is. But, for whatever, it's going to be a great match, I think. Gunther, he's been there a few years now. He's actually, paved his way into WWE and kind of, made something, for himself. And obviously, some are disappointed, who they thought should be seen as last, kind of match, opponent. And, but I think this is actually a great fit, because, Gunther, with his power, he's actually, methodical, he's got, different things going on. So he's a powerhouse. Absolutely. And Cena, of course, is just, all the way around, from his, kind of like in-ring storytelling to kind of like just his sequences of what he does. And kind of like toward the end of the match, it's like what he does and how he gets through it, just that never give up attitude. And that's the thing right here. It's the never give up. And that's why he needs to, put the hand in the face. Oh, yeah, that's right. You can't see me. Oh, yeah. That's what he does. Yeah. That's what I do. But anyway, when it comes to Cena, though, that's the thing. It's like, how's this going to play out? And not for anything, but I think it's a great matchup. I think it's going to, there's going to be a lot of emotions, I think, obviously, in it. Plus, it's really going to be kind of like it's going to go back and forth, and they're going to do it right. I think it's really going to be done right. It's kind of like the way you saw, from Andre and Hogan, then obviously there's Stone Cold, there's The Rock, Cena comes along, okay, and now, all right, who's really going to be the next person that, gets the torch passed to? Is it Gunther? Is it someone else in there? But right now, obviously, we'll see how this plays out and how that goes. But listen, I want to see Cena ride off into the sunset with a win. I'd like to see that. Anything goes. It doesn't matter, even if he doesn't, because his legacy is there. It's cemented right in there. It's got the cement right in there. Right, Cena. But anyway, that's the thing right there. But, I think it's going to be a great match. And yes, we'll be watching. Oh, yeah. I hope you'll be watching too. Oh, yeah. So, all right, the next question. All right. Let's look at this. All right. Hey, do I watch, obviously, the current WWE and AEW? Do I watch them currently, and, often? So, basically how often, if I do, and, I do put it on now and then, I just kind of try to grab some, just see some, what's going on with some of the matches, and not fully, I have to say that. So I will tell you this, that when it comes to, it's more of the business side. Like, I hear what's going on, in these companies. So, basically it's kind of like, all right, what's going on in WWE now, Vince isn't, there, AEW, what's going on with their ratings. And it's kind of like, so, you look at different things and how these companies, like, obviously, continue, and how far, they go. And, of course, ratings mean a lot. So, and, which company's going to buy which one now, it seems to be. But, hopefully, it just, they keep, obviously WWE, even AEW as well. But WWE keeps this, that tradition going with what they do, because, they're always exceptional. And they find a way to keep improving and do better. And I love the way they do things. So obviously, actually, I look at all the different things like that. And so from like, as a promoter aspect, from that part, from, the perspective of that, I look at it as, seeing kind of what they do and kind of, you kind of then test the waters, even like I would say, different indies, different indie promotions themselves, kind of see where they're at and what they do. And again, it builds, from around the indie scene, and then obviously to the other scene. Everyone's independent. Just how large and how successful like each brand is, and each company, of course. But yeah, I'm going to get back to actually even watching more. So just to let you know, so for WWE and AEW, yeah. Do I currently, watch them? Yeah, a little bit here and there, and but a little, maybe I got to do a little bit more often. That I plan to do that. So just letting you know with that. So thanks for that question. Actually, that was a really good one, because there's a lot behind that. Just knowing that. But and then all right, hey, what am I? What's my finishing move? Okay, as for Tony Ricca, the Italian arm tap out. Oh yeah, actually I used that in MMA. And actually it was obviously great, and it helped me win. And I'll have to put a video out there displaying it, or if there's any that are out there that can find. Talk to the team and then see what they could find or anything like that, with something like that, and then, get it out there so you can see exactly how it's put together, because, it really is something you get locked up and it's like, yeah, you're not getting out of that one. Oh no, Italian arm tap out. But that's obviously the Tony Ricca. As for the Pharaoh, that's the Sphinx, and, it was a certain type of like high velocity moonsault. No one did, and there was only at that time a couple of people that obviously did do some moonsaults, and they were doing them very different, toward the middle of the ring, very different. And I didn't do it that way. I was like closer to the turnbuckle, and it was the velocity. There was a lot of velocity there. It was fast and powerful, so very different. And again, one of the first at that time. To do that. So, the Sphinx, that was a thing as for the Pharaoh. And Hamilton Hitman and Nikki Sauce, the hit, the takeout. Oh, yeah. So there's some finishing moves. But yeah, as far as Tony Ricca, we know the Italian arm tap out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yo. All right. So, thank you. Thank you so much for the questions. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to do more. And if you want, I can always, add to this, because I did do a video, and it was longer, and it wasn't uploading. It wasn't allowing me to upload anymore. I was like, all right, I have to redo this one, and I would have loved you, for you to have seen the other one, because I really went, pretty good into length with things. But anyway, you can hit me up anytime just to do some more. But I don't want to go over a certain time limit with that. I got one through before, which was great, but for some reason this one didn't go through. So hey, throwing it at you again, and hopefully you get this one. So it's all for you. Oh yeah, independent wrestling circuit and cameos. I love you. Oh yeah, yo.